Welcome to this episode of Herald Cafe. And most of you audience must have gone to Ladakh by now, or you have seen Ladakh and Leh, or if you haven't gone yourself, maybe you have seen the videos of Ladakh, the beautiful landscape. Today we have got Dr. Wafar, Mohideen Wafar, and thank you for your time to come and talk to us.
He
has been in Ladakh in a non-geared bike, and it's a 110cc bike. Whereas we can see that even the big SUVs also goes in a first gear, because it's like elevation is more than the Everest base camp.
Yes.
Please tell us, Dr. Wafar, about your inspiration.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nilankur. The question always asked of me, why? Why did you do this? To understand or to get a right perspective, you have to think of two senses. One is Ladakh, which is part of India, but is almost a very isolated part of India, which is in the high Himalayas. Himalayas themselves are very majestic, inspiring, and sometimes you can say intimidating, because huge mountains and wild landscape desolate. And this place was brought into civilization thanks to our Border Roads organization. They wanted to link up the far-flung villages to the mainstream. They started building roads. Actually, there are two purposes. One is to facilitate movement of army. Second is that help the local civilization, which is spread out the whole of Ladakh. So the roads are not like our highways. They are not 4-lane, 6-lane. These are narrow roads which climb up several hundred meters straight, and the highest roads goes up to more than 15,000 feet. In fact, the landscape Ladakh is not a flat one. It has got passes, lots of passes which climb up and down into next valley, again climb up and climb down. Each of the passes are usually located 4,000 meters plus and above. The roads, therefore, are not the luxury, a necessity. While it served the purpose of army and civilians, it also brought a challenge in bikers. Our bikers, they love to ride the toughest roads, and Ladakh was a challenging part where the roads are tough, you don't have access to any support. Many places you don't find a place to sleep, or even food is difficult. And once out of Leh, you don't get petrol. You have to carry petrol and all the provisions. So considering all these perspectives, it is a challenge for bikers. And since about 20-30 years ago, bikers started riding these roads. It was somewhere in 85, I was undergoing a training in Sonamarg for preparation to go to Antarctic. That time we were taken to Umling La Pass. All of you must have, almost at the elderly generation will know what is the importance of Umling La Pass. It was a major theatre of war in 1965 when they had their skirmishes with Pakistan. When I went to Umling La Pass, I was so impressed with the height and the tough roads. I said, I'll come back and do this by car. It was in 85. It never happened, at least for 20 years. Then I thought I'll try with a bike. Then one day I was reading an article by one youngster who did this route in a Lambretta geared scooter. He said it could be done. Then I thought, why I can't do with a non-geared scooter? And it became a challenge because there are three concepts. One is most of the people who do this track are youngsters at the age of 20, 25, 30, and they use huge bikes, Bullets, Himalayan Explorer like that, and they go as a group. The reason they go as a group is that there's a mutual support. In case of a breakdown, in case of puncture or a technical problem, they usually have a mechanic in the group. So this makes riding a bit easier. I thought, why don't I do a bit differently? Take a lowest powered scooter and try this one and do it solo and without a group. I know it is a bit tough, it is a challenging, because riding in this area alone is a bit risky. Apart from the fun and the spirit of adventure, it could become fatal also in case you slip down in the crevices or on the side of the road. Still, I thought I'll do it. That's why I did that somewhere about 5 years back before COVID. At that time, Kardungla was the highest motorable road in the world at 17,500 feet. It connects Leh to Nubra Valley and beyond that to Siachen base camp, up to which the vehicles can go. I said I'll do it. At the same time, because I knew the Ladakh roads are beautiful and there are a lot of areas to cover, I thought, why can't I do it the whole J&K, starting from Jammu, go up to Ladakh and come back via Manali. The route from Manali to Leh is one of the toughest. It stretches over 475 kilometers, crossing over 4 passes which are higher than 4,000 meters height and with no habitation anywhere in between apart from 1 or 2 villages right next to Leh. I thought I'll do this one and I'll take my own scooter because nobody wants to give me a scooter there in Leh. So I took my scooter from Goa up to Chandigarh by train and then to Jammu by train, and started my journey from Jammu riding. Riding from Jammu to Srinagar was easy because it's somewhat a highway with lot of traffic and lot of places where you can take a rest, have a lunch or like that. I reached Srinagar by evening after riding for the whole day and had a 2-3 days acclimatization there. Because climbing up these heights, you need to get acclimatized for lung power, because as you climb up, the oxygen levels drop down and the breathing becomes difficult. You can't do this at one stroke. After Srinagar, we rode up to Kargil, had a break overnight, then to Kargil to Leh, and had a break one day in Leh, then climbed up to Kardungla. It was the toughest because the road climbs from 11,000 feet height to 70,500 feet over a distance of 50 kilometers.
It's quite steep.
Very steep, quite steep. And like thankfully, the scooter climbed without much of difficulty. It was a Jupiter 110. I was happy. I reached. I thought I was probably the oldest person to reach the highest motorable road at that time. I was happy. Then came back and everyone told me, don't go back via Manali, go back by Srinagar, you'll be safe. I said, because everyone said don't go, I'll go.
Right.
It was one of the toughest rides. 475 kilometers without any civilization from Leh to Manali. And we had to sleep on the roadside, small tabas where they give you a bed and some hot water to wash and then continue like that. And food was always an issue. Normally I carry enough biscuits and soft chocolates and soft drinks to spend to not to depend too much on food, but carry petrol was necessity. I took about 40 liters from Leh to reach up to Manali. It may be reached that one.
Okay.
And then we came back to after passing through Rohtang Pass. That time there's no tunnel.
Okay.
You have to again climb up the pass and climb down.
Okay.
No tunnel. Like now it is easier.
Yeah,
tunnel
is just 1 year or 6 months
last
back.
year.
Yes. Yeah.
So then I want to go next year. The funny thing was that the year I did Kardungla, I was happy that I did the highest pass, and the BRO announced they have put up one more road at Umling La at 2,000 feet higher than Kardungla. Oh, I should go again.
Yes.
And then we planned. What happened? The COVID came up, so the movement was restricted. And another thing happened was that when they put up the road to Umling La, a lot of youngsters went there first time. And Umling La is the Domchek sector, which is right next to China border.
Right.
And these people went there, put a lot of photos. We went to China, came back like that. The army got annoyed.
Yes.
Because it is a sensitive area.
Yes.
Said no, we are not going to allow it. They closed it for last 3 years. Last year they opened up. They said you can go now.
Okay.
I said okay, I will go. I prepared now again. This time, unlike the last time, since I did the entire Jammu to Manali and back by road,
Yes.
I said I'll fly down to Leh and hire a scooter there. I contacted one company. He was not at all happy to give a scooter. He said, at that height, Umling La height, the engine might fail.
Yes.
I don't want to give. I finally convinced him that I'm riding alone, no pillion rider. no baggage except petrol, so should not have any problem. And I used for this road.
Okay.
Then finally I was convinced. He said, "Okay, I'll give you a scooter." I flew down to Leh, and that Mr. Takpa, who was a local, who is the principal chief consultant of forest.
Okay.
He was my local host. I knew him since so many years
Okay.
because we used to work together on biodiversity conservation.
You're
So-
over there in Ladakh.
Ladakh, yes.
Okay.
So he arranged for my stay with BRO and then asked me to stay for 3 or 4 days, get acclimatized, then attempt it. So I left on a on a Friday, around I think 28th or 20th of July. Rode up to Hanle. There's the last post of civilization.
Hanle, yes.
Hanle is about 285 kilometers northeast of Leh, passing through 3 or 4 settlements and 3 or 4 major military camps. You cross the entire road runs along the Indus River. It's a beautiful landscape. Once I reach Hanle, had a night's break. Then the next part to go to Umling La, there are 2 roads. One is through Nerula, which is uncharted road. It is a bit of a Kacha road.
What do you mean by uncharted?
There's no tar road.
Okay.
It's not even marked.
Okay.
You have to guess and go like that.
Okay. There are no road marks. There
No,
are no
nothing
markers.
like that. Yes.
Okay.
That is short. It's shorter at least by 40 kilometers.
Okay.
Otherwise, one is that you go via Portula, that means you climb up one pass and again climb down and again climb up. It's a bit longer, but at least roads are there. I mean,
Okay.
tar roads, but not frequently traveled. So I consulted the local military post nearby. They said better go via Portula because there are 2 military camps on the way, so you'll have some support.
Yes.
And the road is charted, marked. You can reach.
Yes.
I said, okay, I'll do that one. I was still a bit afraid because 110 kilometers to be alone on the road without any guarantee that there won't be a breakdown of scooter.
True.
I was a bit
Yes.
So I asked whether anyone will be able to accompany me from Hanle to Umling La. No one wanted to come. I said, take a chance. So I left Hanle. The only person I met on the road was 2 army officers going for a walk in the morning. They said, you can reach. You reach Portula and ask the camp the directions. They'll tell you can reach. I rode, reached Portula. And one of the things that when you ride like this, you don't take risk of stopping the scooter.
Okay, otherwise it may not start again.
Exactly.
Got it. Yeah.
With the cold and
Yes.
lack of oxygen, might not.
Yeah.
So I rode continuously up to the military post. It's a small one. I stopped there. There is a stop there because in case there's a problem, they'll help me.
Yes.
Then they direct me to how to reach Sismule, the next camp. I reached there by about 11 in the morning. I left by 7. 11, I reached where it's cold. It's cold and windy and rainy. I was drenched almost. So I reached Smule. I was trying to put the stand. I could not. Then the soldiers came and helped me to put the stand for the scooter.
It was so cold.
Yes, cold. Yes. Close to zero, no? And they took me inside. They said, sit in the kitchen, warm up, and they gave samosa and tea. And they said, because for them it was a surprise to a scooter there. They see bikers, big bikes.
Yes.
Yeah, so a fellow like me with a grey hair with a scooter, they said it's surprising to see like this.
Yes.
Then they said it's only 25 kilometers from here, you'll make it. So I rode up to Umling La. I didn't find anyone on the road. When I reached on top, I was alone and no one to take a photo also. So I took a photo showing that this is Umling La at 19,024 feet height. I stood there and took a selfie and came back. So this, and the way back also, the whole entire stretch, the road was good, some places was worn out. What happens, these roads, the BRO maintains very well.
Okay.
But every year when the snow melts, the torrents of stream flow across the road.
True.
They erode the road. Then the gravel appears there. That is the riskiest part of the ride, is that with the smaller wheelbase of a scooter, if you slip in the gravel, you fall down. If you fall on the road also, there won't be anyone to help you immediately.
True.
If you can't get up yourself and you lift the scooter, you have to wait till help comes. In the entire 110 kilometers up and down, I saw 2 army trucks, 3 or 4 civil trucks going there, 2 or 3 bikers. That's all.
That is from Hanle to Umling La.
Umling La,
That route.
yes. So what happens that everything is fine if you don't get into accident. Sometimes the roads are quite steep on the side. You slip and fall on the side. Since you're not told anyone where you're going, since there's no communication, you might be lying there for even 2-3 days until somebody thinks you are missing and come to search for you.
Wafar, tell me about that GPS navigation system. Or
Nothing works that, no, unless you have satellite phone. Is.
Or unless you have an iridium phone.
No, our phones don't work, no, because network is not there.
Okay, and if you have a compass and stuff.
Compass will have, but you can't alert anyone that you are not able to come back, no.
Right.
Suppose I slip down and have a small fracture.
Yeah.
Then I can't even lift my scooter up. I have to wait till somebody comes. If it happens in the afternoon, then chances that nobody will come till the next day morning. So you have to spend the night lying on the roadside.
Yeah, got it.
That's a risk.
Cold. And you were working in that National Oceanography Institute,
yes.
And from there to the mountains, how did that happen? Like,
as I said, because I love sort of adventure life outside. Actually, you have to go back to our way of bringing up the children. See, when I was young, the question is, the answer, always admonition. Don't do that. Don't do that. You will get hurt. Don't go here, you'll get hurt. Don't put a nail, you'll get hurt. The parents never say you do something. You know how the parents are protective. So I was never allowed to be independent like that. So I said, once I grow up, at least I'll do what I want to do. So that's it. In fact, even my diving also, I do diving, scuba diving.
Okay.
But I started only in 50 years. Not before that.
Okay.
I was afraid of water all the time. But finally one day I said, I'll try. What will happen? I can't get drowned. Somebody will pull me out.
Yes.
So I did that. I enjoyed it. I loved it doing that. Even the recent dive was last February. I did in Andaman.
In Andaman?
Yes.
Nice. Yes.
That also I was not allowed to dive because their rule is that 50 is the limit. So I convinced one instructor to take me separately, even though I'm 74.
It is coming to my mind that if BRO, if Border Roads Organization announces another road which is taller than Umling La, you will still try to go there.
They did that 2 days back. On the Independence Day, they announced they are going to put a parallel road. So now the road, Umling La Road, goes from Chismule to the border village passing through Umling La.
Okay.
Domchok.
Okay.
The same sector, in 1962, India laid a airstrip, right on the border.
Okay.
That airstrip has access through another pass called Migla.
Okay.
It is about 500 feet higher than Umling La. Right now, there's a track exists.
Okay.
You can reach a airstrip, but it's not a road. Now the BRO is going to put a road passing through Migla to the airstrip.
Right.
So they expect that it will be ready by 2025. I should be ready by then.
Great adventure.
I intend to do that. I'll do that.
Great.
Probably I'll try next year if even the
Yes.
track is not laid. If the access is allowed up to Migla,
Yeah.
I can still reach. I need not go to the airstrip. I can try Migla.
I wish you all the best.
Thank
I
you.
hope we can do that. And Dr. Wafar, also in that print interview that what Dolce took,
Yeah.
and you said that people are often like afraid to explore, you know, like.
Yeah.
And I have seen a lot of people who are okay to walk on the beaten path, you know, they do not explore themselves. Any advice to get the courage in your heart to
You
people?
should do that because actually there are things. There's always element of risk. Even in the cross road, you have risk of getting hit by some vehicle. So you should not be always hesitant to take a chance. Of course, doing something stupid is different. But if you want to do something different, why not? You can always enjoy it. And once you get the taste of it, you love it. That's the thing. Like jumping in the water. If you're afraid of jumping in the water, you'll never learn to swim.
True.
Exactly that.
Okay.
And many things are not different. Even when I said first time, okay, I'm going by scooter. Okay, what will happen worse? The scooter might fail, I might fall down, get injured. But then if you hang around for a day, someone will pick you up. Just leave the scooter there, forget it, and come back.
I love your indomitable spirit.
Yes.
Wow.
That's all. It's not a big issue because what happened? Finally, you made lose a scooter about 50,000, 60,000, leave it, and you get insurance back.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's what I said. And always try. See, why we always say that Vasco da Gama came here 400 years before, or Columbus went there, or Livingston walked all the way right up to the source of Nile.
Yes.
If they can do 400 years before without any support, small things like that we can do. It's only change, slight change. That's all. You're not charting the Himalayas, but you are doing a path which is already done there. But you will take a bit of inconvenience. You can't even call it risk,
Yes.
bit inconvenient. But the pleasure of doing it is always there.
And you've been to Antarctica also.
No, sir, I was to go twice. I could not. Both times I had some
Okay.
difficulties of going there.
Okay.
But I went through training. But I was in Antarctic waters with a French group.
Okay.
I was international program working in South Atlantic, the Antarctic waters with a French team.
Wow.
Not
Wafar,
landed, but
are you writing all these? Are you writing your experiences, this documentation? Like when you said you went to Umling La and there's nobody to take photographs. You know, all these experiences will be very inspiring for the youth, I believe.
Yes.
I hope if you can document and leave it out to other people to read.
I don't know, is really that. I can tell youngsters like that, but documentation, I don't know how many will read, how many will grab it.
Okay.
And it's not a big adventure, this is small adventure. Not an adventure, it's small expedition like that.
What you are saying small for us, it is big. I've never been to Ladakh.
You'll come, I'll take in a step.
Yes.
You'll go to Migla.
Yes, why not? Yeah.
It's not difficult,
Yeah.
you can do it. Very easily you can do it.
Yes.
A
Great.
bit inconvenient, that's all.
Yeah.
If planned properly, it can be done. It's
Why
not a
not?
problem.
Yes.
Yes.
Dr. Wafar, I think we are coming to an end
Yeah.
of this interview, the time, and thank you for your time. And we are inspired with your spirit of
It's
adventure.
kind of you. I'm really happy. No, I'll be happy if some youngster take it up because see when I was going up, I put my circular with my colleagues in NAO and others. Everything excellent, 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 but stops there. I will join you. That is missing.
Yes, I got it. Yeah.
And of course, a bit expensive also because even somebody see the entire the 10 days travel cost me close to about 60,000 rupees.
Okay.
For many, you won't like to
Yes.
spend that much
Got
also.
it, yes. Yes. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, audience. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
again next week. And it's so inspiring
Next
to
year after
hear.
Migla.
It's so inspiring to hear Dr. Wafar about his experiences of adventure. Thank you once again.
It's very kind of you. Yes.